Hi, it's Mike with Thrive, and welcome to February's SEO Performance Report. Just as we do every month, we review several key performance indicators or KPIs, and we do that to track our overall performance in our campaigns and keep an eye on the overall health of the website. So diving right in, our first key metric that we evaluate is our top 5 keywords. Our top 5 keywords are keywords and queries that are rendering positions 1 through 5, and that is on the first page of the Google search results. So looking at our numbers, it's a little blurred, and I promise I had some difficulty archiving some of our data, but I do have that scheduled for this month. And I just had some, as you see, there's some differentiation between the lines, the size of the lines, so I need to work through all that before moving everything over so everything is consistent. So rather than reinvent the wheel, I left it for this month, but promise that it will get done this month for March's numbers. So ending at 368. It's all the way over here. I'm going to maintain this red color as well for 2021. So it really stands out. And that outpaces every February that we've had on record from 2019, 18, 17, and so on. So that's terrific to see that we're maintaining all of those top 5 positionings and all that exposure within the Google search results. Let's take a little deeper dive into those keywords. We can take a look at what they are, what results are rendering, and some of the volume associated with those keywords and queries. All right, I've loaded our keywords here. As you can see, the actual queries and keywords to the left, followed by the corresponding search engine result types, the movements, the current positioning, followed by the movement in the last 30 days, the amount of competition that's measured based off of the ad space that's occupying, and then the amount of volume per month, and then followed by the cost per click. Now, from the SEO standpoint, we just use cost per click as a gauge to see what some of the competitors are willing to bid on, and that helps us determine some relevancy. As you can see here, I've loaded the keywords, and we break those into two areas, if you will. One being our branded keywords. So this would contain Texas overhead door and or location and or product service. We loop all that into our branded keywords. Again, it's very important to rank well for those keywords because those types of searches are representative of individuals that are doing research on your brand, word of mouth, returning visitors, and also they help complement other forms of advertising that you may do. So again, nothing to report there. We've anything Texas overhead door and related has been in position 1 for some time and has remained there, as we can see at the top of the list here. And then our second components are non-branded, so this would not contain Texas overhead door in any fashion. This would be more product oriented, a more service and location oriented. And then again, we have quite a number of keywords that have not moved out of position 1. That's awesome to report. I'm really considering cleaning some of this up a little bit just so we can focus on some of the movement moving forward. And I think it's a good idea since we're simplifying some of our other reports and clearing them up by archiving some of the data. It's a good time to do that. So we can always keep this on a back check to see if there's any movement, set some alerts, but we can put a lot of these non-branded keywords into one container and then focus on some of our deeper ranking terms and or other locations. This way it's not clouded in a sea of keywords. Believe me, we love reporting on good news, and there's tons of it here, but we have to kind of segment it so that our mission is clear in terms of expanding the reach in the organic space. Going through some notable mentions, we have new garage door Burleson moving up to number 1. New steel residential garage door Dallas moving up 7 positions to number 1. So that was a big mover, as you can see right here. And then garage spring replacement moving up 8 positions to number 1. And as we have these frequent weather changes, as we get closer to spring, we should see more spring replacement, no pun intended there, but pretty funny. Moving up again, 8 spots to number 1, so that is very welcomed. and some incremental movement here and there, but nothing really out of place here. I did notice a little three incremental movement for Boathouse Garage Door, but again, it's a little early in the season for that. We anticipate this to start coming back up as that volume increases as the weather gets warmer. So, but again, looking extremely healthy for our branded terms. No movement there out of the top positions, and then some healthy movement with our non-branded with New Steel Residential Garage Door in Dallas and Garage Spring Replacement. Our next key metric is total traffic. Total traffic is measured in sessions, and a session is a measure of a visitor that goes to more than one web page within the website. Looking at our data, we had a nice incremental increase from January to 3,016 sessions. Again, that tops our previous February's historically, so that's welcome to see. And it was almost an all-time record, just almost nudging out July of 2018. That was a month where we had 3,077 sessions. That was our all-time record-setting month, as you can see there, but close, and we're gaining ground. As you can see, there's a nice increasing slope there from January to February. So as the forecasting goes, as we continue the vaccination and the return to normal life, we'll start to see more available search volume. And as seeing that we're maintaining our top rankings in the previous metric, we anticipate that to translate into more session traffic. Let's take a deeper dive and look at the segmentation of our total traffic. We can look at specific channels and some of the movement that occurred in the last 30 days on our next screen. I've loaded our SEO Progress report here in this screen. Keep in mind we have that active link within the content of this report. This will direct you to your shared project folder. You can find all of your historical reports, and everything is sorted by year and month. So please let me know if you have any trouble accessing that. Looking at our date range, we're looking year over year from this view, and then diving through, as you see, year over year, pre-COVID, overall organic sessions were down about 7%. So as you can see, but again, keep in mind that that February is a short month. Last year we had an extra day on leap year, and this difference is kind of negligible if you really look at the grand scheme of things in terms of how the volume overall was affected total by industry. So even though we had a 7% differential, looking specifically at our channel, pretty consistent sessions. Looking at the chart below, as you see, 1651, and then followed by paid search, which had a huge complementary increase at 572% difference from this time last year, and then our direct and referral traffic respectively. So diving a little bit deeper into our landing pages, our homepage traditionally produces the majority of our sessions, followed by some of our blog content and some of our specific product pages. As you can see, we had quite an increase year over year, looking at some of the residential security shutters, the new garage doors, and residential garage door openers, all representing double and triple digit gains, as you can see there. And then looking at our conversions at 91, that's quite an increase from this time last year at 67. So even though we had less traffic from the organic side, we converted better. So that indicates that we had more relevant traffic. There's a higher propensity to convert versus less informational searching, people looking perhaps for DIY or how to do it themselves or how to fix it themselves, so on and so forth. So again, highly actionable traffic that a high propensity to convert. We also see that on the PPC side, that helped us get those overall aggregate gains and also helped us get more relevant sessions. So the two channels combined really were in sync and helped each other out in the short month of March. And in conclusion, as you can see here, looking at our qualified leads year over year at 91. So that again is an all-time for February. Looking back historically, even though we had quite a number of submission points in January, 134 being an all-time high. So we're looking forward to that consistency continuing into March, and again having another overall record March. That's been the theme that's been going on for quite some time. So we're very pleased to report on that. And again, we're looking forward to cleaning this historical traffic up, so our vision's a little bit more clear along with our keyword reports. With that said, again, that concludes our report. We really appreciate your attendance and participation, and we really appreciate you guys as clients, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Thanks.